So I figured it might be time to talk about some of the benefits of house sitting in Mexico. But before we get there, let's enjoy this beautiful, clear day, which is the day following the rain that we had yesterday and day 2 of our water fast. Lovely to see the sunshine when you're having to water fast. But I'm also getting the opportunity to do a puzzle. I'm cheating a little bit on this puzzle. It's one of the ones that has the alphabet on the back to help you sort them out. But the reason that I am able to sit and do a little bit of puzzle at the moment is because the dogs have been taken out by the dog walker. Now that's not something that we have on all house sits. It's actually not very common at all. But it's really good that the boys get to go out twice a week, just for an hour, Tuesday morning, Friday morning, to do a bit of socialising, but they get to have a much longer walk. They'll be gone for about an hour or so. So normally in the walks that we do, in the morning and the afternoon, morning tends to be about, half an hour, 20 to 30 minutes, and in the afternoons probably only 10 to 15 minutes. I mean, they're a couple of old boys, but also where we've got a walk here, it goes down to a main road and there's quite a few street dogs around, so we don't like to take them too far. I think if they were younger, we would have been able to get up into those mountains that, I don't know if I showed you then, but they're just there beside the big city view. But yeah, I think they're like 15 or something now, so they're a couple of old boys. So the other thing that I mentioned on the video that we did yesterday, first day of the actual water fast, was that the housekeeper was coming. Now, quite often we'll have houses here in Mexico that have a housekeeper at least once a week. Our lady here comes twice a week, and that's primarily for the dogs. And she's been with the owners here. The owners here are, a European and Mexican couple, and they've had her coming here for, I don't know, probably at least 15 years, if not longer. So she's definitely part of the family. And I'm so grateful she came yesterday after all that rain, all that mud that the boys had brought in after we went out and walked in the rain. So yes, quite often, actually pretty much every house sit I think we've done in Mexico, maybe one, we've done a lot, but we pretty much always have a housekeeper. And that is paid for by the homeowners. They generally leave money behind for you to pay the staff. A lot of the bigger houses that have gardens will sometimes have gardeners coming as well. So you are responsible for paying them, but from the money that is left behind by the homeowners. That brings me to the point of like utilities, staff, etc. If there was to be a really long house sit, then, and if the duties with the pets are not, too extreme, like not a full-on job as such, sometimes the homeowners will actually ask for people to pay or at least contribute to utilities. We've heard of different areas where, say, down on the coast where, running air conditioning all the time is necessary for some people who maybe aren't used to the hot climate. You may be asked to contribute to the air conditioner if you're going to be like overusing it. But in most cases, you're not paying for anything. And it's really lovely. I mean, maybe that's why we've been in Mexico. Actually, it's not. It's not why we've been in Mexico a long time. That's a whole other story. But yeah, different from house sitting around other parts of the world where part of the house sitting duty is actually to be cleaning and, keeping on top of things and making sure the home's lovely when the people get home as well. So yes, that's sort of the physical day-to-day benefits. But then if you think about, if you're considering Mexico as a future retirement place or what have you, then you may want to get to know different areas. So we have house sat. I like to use, the driving route that we did from Mérida to Mazatlán. We have house sat over on the Yucatan. We have house sat over on the Pacific. We've been over to the Baja. We've done house sits in Central, in the mountains, like where we are now. We haven't been down to Oaxaca as yet, and we don't often do, the beachside stuff during the summer because it's just too hot for us. But in the mountains, it's beautiful, so it's lovely weather. But it's nice to be able to get around and, see and experience different places. And, as you probably know, we just keep getting drawn back to Guanajuato. that's a whole other story for another video, I think. But the ones that we want to do a bit more of is Mexico City, just for a visit. In fact, we've got a break coming up in August, and I think we're going to head down to Cuernavaca, which is sort of an area, it's a very lush area, rainforest, waterfalls, you know, just beautiful things to look at and do and see. But it's a real destination for people that live in Mexico City. So yeah, we might do a bit of Mexico City and the Cuernavaca area. There's a really beautiful little spiritual town called Tepoztlan that we'll go and have a look at. Hopefully I said that right. Yeah, so we might spend a bit of time. There's a few house sits showing up for August, but so far they've only been on the coast, and August is getting pretty hot. So I don't know if we'll do that. We're keeping the month open at the moment. It's nice to be available for help outs as well. But then in September, we're back to San Miguel de Allende, and yeah, we'll have a gardener there as well and a housekeeper there as well, and just one little kitty cat to look after. So that will be nice. So with regards to day 2 of the fast, I did have a little bit of a headache last night, and maybe I just wasn't drinking enough water. So my sleep was a little bit interrupted, you know, trying to get comfortable and sort of work through the headache. I guess I needed a bit of detoxing. And today I've woken up feeling great, and I've noticed that the feeling in my stomach is, it's not like a hungry feeling, it's more just like this really nice empty feeling. So day 2 of the water fast, maybe I will get to the 3 days. I don't know, we'll see how it goes. But another benefit of house sitting in Mexico, especially if you end up part of our mix, is that you get to do loads of puzzles. We've got this great little network of people that of all the different house sitters, and we've been doing puzzle swaps for years now. At one stage, when we had our rental, I was a bit puzzle addicted, and you know, ended up with a huge big stash. But most of them have gone now; they had to get sold. But yeah, depending on what it is you do, like, you know, a lot of our fellow house sitters are retired. I am not retired, and I should not be doing as many puzzles as I do, but it's my form of meditation. It's how I get, you know, become present. And I find that when I'm fasting, it's even more beneficial because it takes my mind off. I'm sort of concentrated on what I'm doing. And you got to see this one. This one's super cool because it's actually a world map with all the kind of icons around the world. So I'm actually having fun doing it. I haven't done a puzzle for a little while, so I'm doing the cheats version. This particular one has come with all the, you know, the letters on the back, so you can, you know, sort and compile. Normally I wouldn't do that because I do like the challenge of working stuff out. Actually, the last puzzle I did was just all the puzzle pieces with no picture, so I had to just work it out, and I loved every minute. It was really good. So yeah, puzzle therapy is great. I call it for meditation, but one thing you need to be aware of if you're doing puzzles with cats is that you might lose your pieces if they get flicked off the table. Yeah, I don't think I had anything else really to share about the house sitting side of things, other than Nat and I have decided to resurrect our original International House Sitting YouTube channel that started in 2013. And the reason for doing that is because we've really, not only are we getting a lot of people asking us about international house sitting, but we had to do a little help out job the other day for our friends, and it was only a young couple that had been house sitting for them for the last couple of months, but the way that they left the house, I mean, my kind of, you know, coaching hat went straight on and definitely had a few things to say because it just wasn't to standard. I think there has to be a bar set, and, you know, it doesn't matter what age you are. It's like, and it really doesn't matter how you've been brought up. Like if you've been brought up to just leave your shit all over the house and, you know, somebody else will pick it up, you've got to change that. You can't do that for doing house sits as far as I'm concerned. We're going to resurrect that channel and talk about a lot of this stuff. You know, maybe we're getting a bit old and a bit old school as well, but I think there's just some standards that will help maintain the reputation of, you know, house sitters being able to be trusted and relied upon. And, you know, it shouldn't just have to be that the more mature people are the better house sitters, because that's not the case by any means, but we just feel to step back in and, you know, it's been a long time since we've really done any major sort of teaching of house sitting, because there's so many components, because it's not just the how you get around the world doing this, it's how to market yourself, how to apply yourself, but then what you actually do, like what are the little things that makes it you know, a special experience for both sides of the equation, so that you do keep getting repeat house sits, so that we do keep getting more homeowners asking for house sitters. That's kind of the main thing, I think. So anyway, we'll let you know when that channel resurrects, and, you know, send you over there and ask you questions if there's anything in particular you need to know about international house sitting. You know, there's a lot of different travel hacks that we can also talk about, not just the what happens on a house sit, and how to interact with different styles of people, and, you know, how to let your judgments go and leave them at the front door and just step into somebody's shoes for the time that they're away, but then leave as if you've left no footprint. You know, these are some of the mottos and mantras that have made the House Sitting Academy, you know, such a important program for people to go through before they embark on this career. So yeah, there's good stuff coming, and I'm still contemplating whether I resurrect our Crypto Buddies channel. We are still in crypto. We do still trade. In fact, we've been pretty much living off crypto for the last couple of years. So it's not huge money. We've definitely, you know, our portfolio's gone down a lot. Like this whole 12 months has been an absolute shit show in the markets, but we've learned a lot. So I don't know if I've got the energy or the time. I don't know. I've got the time. I do have the time. I mean, God, I can sit down and do a puzzle. I've got the time. It's just, yeah, the focus that I might take with talking about the crypto stuff again, because I'm not here to teach. You know, I can recommend other people to teach. I can certainly help anybody get started in crypto. You know, we do offer a sort of like a one-on-one session, I guess you'd call it, to just run through if there's anything that you're stuck with, like if you've lost some crypto or you don't know how to move it or don't know how to change it back. So I don't know, they're the ideas that we've got at the moment. So many things come out of water fasting, because you fast and you get mind clarity, and yeah, so anyway, Nat's busy working on web pages and, you know, getting our message together, because we do have a really special offer for our future house sitting clients with what we're doing. So we've sort of mentioned that in other videos, but yeah, lots to do, lots to get done, but I didn't do any of my puzzle because I was too busy talking. So let's just have another look at this gorgeous view. And in about 10 or 15 minutes, the boys will be back, and they'll probably chill out for the rest of the day. Where can I go? Here. There we go. Look at these beautiful clean windows too. The housekeeper was here yesterday. She cleaned them all. Yay. Benefit of house sitting in Mexico. All right, leave your questions below if you've got any particular questions about house sitting in Mexico. If you think we should start up the crypto channel as well. And if you're interested in water fasting. So I've talked a lot about a lot of different things here. Anyway, it is what it is. Catch you next time. Buenos dias. Ah, beautiful sunshine. Okay. Ciao.